Boys, we are moving up. All right. We brought in a little special pizzazz this week because we want to bring it to you for real. All right. We're done playing these little games. All right. No. We got a man here. Okay. He's been just plowing bitches, left and right. Not just in fantasy, by the way. Not just in fantasy, gentlemen. This man is founded on the Tinder game. All right. He's he's a father of 3, and he's managing work, pussy, and football, bitches. He's got it all. We got Justin Mercado with us
Dude,
this week.
I need to clap, interject and clap for that. I'm playing.
Wow. Even though I knew it wasn't me, I was hoping he would say my name.
I was gonna say, like, what the fuck?
Bro, I have not been this hard since fucking like at least last Saturday.
We got a super boner going over there, dude.
Oh my lord, that was an intro. I don't even know how to lead off after that.
I'm hot and bothered.
Well, that's what we wanted. We wanted a sweet intro. And take it away, Josh. Where are we starting this week?
Yeah, so I figured we would just start with a little recap of last week, get how people are feeling. We have, 2 losses on the pod today and two winners. I whooped Funk, which was expected, which I was super pissed at T. Higgins that he didn't play because
Could have had our first true hundo.
Dude, I know, because if he wasn't going to play, I would have put Gabe Davis in his spot, and then I was going to put Pierce at the thing, and that would have been 20 points. And right there, I would have had 2 hundo, so I was kind of upset about that. But,
wow,
can't be too mad about putting up 184.
No,
you suck, Josh. You suck.
Dude, I know. I'm trying to strive for greatness, Craig. That's why we made the trade, which we'll talk about later. That's why a trade was made, So, but yeah, and then we got the Monday Night Miracle Man over here that was just introduced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
dude, this kid called me at fucking 10:00 to talk about fantasy football. Well, you're crazy, dude. I'm only sleeping.
I figured she'd forgive me. She's a sweet girl. Come on.
Yeah, so how you feeling after that?
I'm feeling incredible, dude. I gotta tell you, as most people know, I'm pretty up and down during a Sunday. It's a roller coaster of emotions for me, but I had this feeling, man, and all day at work, I was telling myself I need Darren Waller to pull a hammy, and I've actually confirmed this with my coworker. So I spent a lot of time trying to do this, and I'll have you. I added tons of favor from the guys this weekend. I did real hard, made some sacrifices, and did the necessary fucking work.
Right,
yeah, that's true. We got the Snapchats. That's true.
So I feel amazing. Like just to sum it up, I was playing Mario. I jumped to the very, very, very top of the screen and just sprint across the fucking map and get the flag. Like that's my life today.
Nice.
That's how I fucking feel.
Nice. That's nice. Well, we got 2 other guys who don't feel as great, I'm sure. So we're gonna. So B-Man, how you feeling after your L?
This did. Shane definitely got a gimme. This motherfucker, I had him by the balls. He had a terrible start, and the one thing that really hurt me, which was something we pointed out in the podcast, was he had Marquise Brown or whatever, Mr. Hollywood, and the only good wide receiver for Arizona, he went off, and that's all. That
was kind of the difference right there.
All she wrote. Yeah, I couldn't ever recover from it. What really sucked was that my running backs didn't do anything, right? Like if they produced like they did the week before, I win that game easy. So it just sucked.
Yeah, and then we get to Craig. How you feeling, buddy?
I feel so good. Every week I feel great, and I just feel better and better each coming week. I mean, Hayden Hurst had his best game of the year. Why not? In a close matchup, and then Lamar Jackson forgot how to play football. That's cool. So, a silver lining, Kamara had a great game. So at least my RB's coming to life. Hopefully my boys can make a run back so I can stay relevant.
Well, I was gonna ask you about like that because your team didn't. It's not like you put up 80 points again. Like you put up 115, which isn't
And Tevin,
awful.
I want to say Tevin Coleman fucking poached like 2 touchdowns from Wilson, or should have been Wilson,
Yeah,
dude. So
yeah, he
like
had two tutties.
Wilson could have been on fire if it played out right, but they were up so much. But no, yeah, it feels good to have Metcalf and Geno Smith seem to provide a solid, floor for Metcalf now. So I'm excited to see him. Hopefully he can be producing every week, and hopefully Drake London. I mean, he's always involved, over a 30% snap share. So he
Right.
just needs to convert those, and Mariota needs to not be a bitch, and I'll be all right. But yeah, it sucks, man. It was a close game. I thought I was going to win with Lamar Jackson. Dan comes around and fucking Ramondre Stevenson fucking beast modes me out of the goddamn Justin Jefferson too. Like fuck that. I don't even look. I'm looking at this matchup and I'm getting mad. Everything's making me mad. Justin
beast.
Jefferson.
Blame the Lions. They fucked you.
Yeah, the fucking Lions defense blows. That's why
Yeah.
it's all over.
Although it would have been pretty funny, Craig, if you had put Devontae Smith in because Smith went off and AJ Brown really didn't do much. So that would have been kind of funny.
Right, that would have been cool.
Craig, let me add this though, man. Your team is still trending up, I'd say. Like you found like 100, and you had a lot of points on the bench, so it's not like you're just fucking out here flailing. Like there's still spark and energy there. You just got to pick the right, the right players next time, and maybe one more move or one more injury or one more big game from somebody, you could have easily won. So
Well, right, that's the one
41.
thing I was gonna say too was that he just has to hope in the next week or two before it's too late that some of those bench players maybe convince him to make them like everyday players, like to say, because otherwise it's gonna suck if you have to choose. If you have that
Yep.
issue of, oh, I got five, really good receivers, but I can only play two or three of them, and then if each week he's picking the wrong two or three, so he just has to hope that whether it's McLaurin or whether it's Devontae Smith, that someone else other than DK Metcalf and I forgot, Drake London or him, if any of those other ones could really separate themselves to really help him out. That's what he has to hope for.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. Like you said, I think it looks good. The future looks good. I just need to win a game, It's coming. It's coming.
How
I do
about
got
that
a
trade,
question.
Craig?
I was just gonna ask you about that. You guys are what, 2 weeks removed from that trade? How are
Yep.
you guys feeling about it? Both of you.
It-
We'll go Justin first. Go ahead, Justin.
I've got tons of regret. I feel like it's my only actual trade mate that I had at this point to get something, and I really thought I was getting like the best RB2 in the fucking league, if you will. And he's averaging like 7 points per game since I've had him. Now I will say,
Right.
like, part of it is his schedule right now is brutal, like in terms of the run defense he's facing. So even this week he's got Tampa, and then he's got like Miami, and then he's got like the fucking Saints, and
I
then
was about to say he has like an 8-game stretch that's pretty
yeah.
brutal.
But like, who knows? Like long term, they might click, and I just figure like late in the season when the running back waiver wire is just so fucking thin as it already is, in week 6, it's gonna
Right.
be having someone like Najee. So like he's not what I thought he'd be, but I'd like to have that back and maybe make a different move because right now I love to have a flex. I feel like I'm a flex away from
Yeah, I agree.
really tough out.
What about you, Craig? How you feeling? A couple weeks out of the trade.
No, I agree. I mean, I think the trade again. It's. I think Najee has a lot of long-term success later in the year, so he's just a volume back. As long as he stays healthy, you're gonna be fine. But yeah, he kind of scared me with how bad the offense was running. I'm happy with the trade. I still like Lamar. His ceiling was better than what I had with Russell. He's just a fucking a dumpster fire, obviously. So, and then I really like Drake London. Like I said, Drake London has over a 30% target share in every game. He's averaging it. So like he's getting. The potential is there, but it's definitely not converting. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and again, yeah,
Well,
I think I've left points on the bench every 2 weeks. What's up, Justin?
unless Brian Robinson like really pans out, you have way more upside in that trade right now. Like Lamar can still
Yeah.
get you 30 some weeks, and Drake has huge long term upside. Like I still like him as a
Right.
potential keeper if something happens on offense. But either
Same. If
way,
they get
we'll
a
see.
better quarterback too, that'd be sweet. And I'll get a better QB out there. That'd be nice.
I think I can say for
Well,
now you win that trade.
Oh,
and the
thank you.
crazy thing is, like Craig was saying, Drake London and B Man can attest to this because he had Pitts. Like, it's funny because they're in game / winning games with the crappy style of play that they're doing, which is just basically, the old Michigan offense of running the ball 98% of the time.
Ale.
passing it 7 times, and their coach said, "Oh, we're not playing fantasy football out here." But it's like it's not even about fantasy football. It's you got 2 guys that you picked in the top 10 that you're not even using, and especially if you're not like 5-0, 4-1, something like that. Like you figured getting those guys involved would help you win even more. Like it's just simple, like you would think, but I guess I'm not a coach, so I'm just a lowly fantasy football manager that's 4-1.
You're
I
also an
agree.
established podcast host.
Yes, exactly. I am
True.
well esteemed. We had 45 views on the one pod, so And I come to find out we had dinner with Melanie's sister on Friday. Come to find out she's a subscriber, which is
What?
more.
Ah, what a great
Yeah,
supporter.
I don't know if she.
Send her a
I don't know.
shirt. Send her a mug or something.
Dude,
Yeah,
so,
dude.
so if she's listening, you got maybe a shirt paid for by someone.
I got a. She like disc golf. I got some discs. I can write her name.
There we
I can
go.
sign them. We can sign
Yeah,
these
well,
discs.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
all,
give it.
yeah, we'll all sign
Yeah,
them.
we'll all sign it and get it to her. So, Michaela, you got some signed memorabilia from the Triple B Boy podcast coming your way. If you're
Wow.
listening to this, I don't know if she actually listens or
Hold
not.
on
But
to it, Michaela. Hold on to it.
She
I was like,
listens.
that's crazy. That's more than what I could say for some of the guys. Then, oh, where's
Right.
the pod? Well, if you were subscribed to it, you would know.
Hey, if you're not subscribed and you listen, fuck you. Subscribe now.
Right?
Yeah, hit
Pause
that
it right
like.
now.
And
Pause it
hit the
right
like
now.
too. Yeah, we get
Like
paid
it.
for that.
I always like it, by the way, you sons of bitches.
we gotta get to 50 likes to get
Right.
paid. Come on. No, but
Yeah.
speaking of trade, we had a pretty big one go down earlier.
Holy cow.
I believe it was
Dude,
between
it
Glenn
got
and I, right?
yeah, dude, it got tossed out there, dude. It happened.
Yeah, Brent offered it, and that's how trade should go though. Like,
And I was gonna accept it the first time you sent it, and I declined it to just do like a counter look or whatever.
yeah.
And I've been having crazy weeks or whatever, and I just lost track of it. And so when you were like, send trades now, I'm like, get mine in there.
That's
well,
hilarious.
so Brent, like, what? I don't know. I guess yes. I mean, I guess you kind of did just explain like what your thought process was with the trade, like
Mhm.
why you wanted Fournette. I guess is what I'm asking.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, Fournette for me was the volume. I'm a volume guy. I love volume, and
Mm-hmm.
Fournette's not only getting it in the run game, he's getting passes too, and we're in PPR. So the full points there, it just bolsters the shitty games if he doesn't run well. If he does both, he has a weekend like he just had. So that's why I liked him. Um, Whereas I feel like JK potentially has like the bigger boom, right? The higher ceiling.
Right.
So I see why you were like interested in him.
Yeah.
Um,
Though I basically kind of viewed it as like I downgraded at running back at one kind of, but upgraded at my flex spot, like a wide receiver spot, I should say. And
yeah.
then you were the reverse, like you downgraded at a receiver spot, but then you upgraded at a
And,
running
and,
back
and to
spot.
the people that like shat on Debo, it's like if you look at it, he's at least getting targeted a lot. So
Oh, Brent,
like
trust me, I got stuff to support that. I was gonna bring it up.
yeah,
I know.
okay. I was like, man, whatever. But like Watson loved it. Watson felt it was quite even. So
Hmm.
That's how you know
Yep.
it's trash.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
we'll start with you, Craig. What's your opinion on it? Go ahead.
I'm gonna. So Justin mentioned something prior, and I'm gonna let him say it, and I agree with him. But I'm just gonna say it's. What did I think of it? I basically think you're building your house on glass stilts. Josh, I think I can understand you can come back and say the same thing about who you traded. It's all gut thing and who you like. I like Fournette for the same reason. He's like 100% looked at the goal line. He gets volume. Tom Brady's the man. It's. I saw a stat today that Tom Brady throws over 50 times a game and has like the highest win percentage, like with 23 wins. Either way, um, Debo, I get why you like him and why you need him. And I just I don't like Debo though. I do see him trending upwards right now with the way the offense is looking. So I understand it's a good value, and I understand why you did it with your current situation at receivers. So I just like Fournette better, but it was a fine trade. I didn't really. I mean, and you gave him Gabe Davis. Who did he give you?
J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I could see potential in J.K. Dobbins. He's also again. I don't like him. He's just injured all the time. Last couple of years, he might come back like Saquon. You might have if you have Saquon and J.K. Dobbins come back to full form, I'm gonna shit my pants, and I'll pass it to Justin.
Yeah,
All right.
go ahead,
Thank
Justin.
you. So yeah, I didn't love it. Like I'm not gonna get too into it. Like my first reaction is like, bro, like you're
No, get into
extremely
it, bro.
successful. I am. You're extremely successful. You're second in the league in scoring. You could be first in the league in scoring. And I like to look at trades like who's getting the overall best player. And in this case, I feel like of those four, it's Leonard Fournette. Like he's got the highest fucking floor of all of them. I'm not saying that like based off of even last year, but this year, like of all the weeks this year, he's got the highest floor. Fournette. Who's
Agreed.
got the biggest boom potential? Man, I know Gabe Davis is like maybe up there, but like it's close between Debo, Gabe, and Fournette. They're all capable of getting 30. You know, like two of them just did it. So I just feel like I'm not sure you were in position to need to trade. I can see why you're trying to do it, but and then look at it from a different point of view. You traded someone from the Tampa Bay offense and the Buffalo offense, which is like the two top 5 offenses in the fucking league, and you acquired someone from the San Fran offense and the Baltimore offense, which is way more wishy-washy. So
I would
overall,
disagree with that.
that's okay. I think that Buffalo's offense is better than San Fran's, and I think that Tampa
Right.
Bay's
Well, I
offense
guess
is
I'm
better than
not
San Fran's.
arguing. Yeah.
So
Okay.
like
I'll go. Sorry,
you
you
just
finish.
acquired like the best player on the third, arguably the third best offense of those 4 teams. So I just don't
Right.
think you needed it. That's all.
Good
Okay.
point. That's a good point. I like that.
Yeah. I
Now I
mean,
hate the trade. Screw you, Josh. I hate the trade. It's a terrible trade.
you're just mad because I trade blocked you,
True.
which we can get into that after. Um, but no. So I get what you
Well,
guys like.
I know you got Pierce. I know you got Damon Pierce too. That's why you can just plug him
Well,
in.
right. So I guess.
So,
Yeah. So I guess that's my thing. Is you got like it just seems like everybody thinks JK is my number 2 running back, which he's not, which doesn't help my case for necessarily the trade being not in Brent's favor. And I know it's in Brent's favor because I do agree that, Buffalo's offense is better. And so is Tampa Bay's probably, you can argue Tampa Bay is better than San Fran and Baltimore. But, the thing that I don't know, I don't want it to sound because I don't know the way I'm going to say this is going to sound real douchey, but I
Ah.
guess in a way, I kind of feel like I'm playing chess, and you guys are thinking of it as checkers.
Oh my lord, that was douchey. That was the douchiest thing I've
it
ever
was.
heard,
Exactly,
dude. What
it
the
really
fuck was that?
was. It really was. But here's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking about it from a keeper standpoint. Um, Not all of it's that way, but so Damian Pierce is going to be my RB2. Now this week he's on a bye. So Damian Pierce is going to be my RB2 though. He's a top 10 running back right now. Whether you believe it or not, that's
He is.
that's your prerogative.
He
Whatever,
is.
but he is what he is. And um so in my eyes, because Dan had actually offered me, or didn't really offer me, but we talked about something that actually would have been a little more beneficial for me this year. He was gonna say Pierce and Davis for like Mike Williams, which I was gonna do, or I was thinking about doing. But like I said, I started thinking about it because Dan wanted Fournette and Rashad White. Brendan asked for Rashad White. So part of my thought process too is Debo is if I have him at my flex or he's my wide receiver too, like he's an elite option there. Like Bren was saying about his targets, he's getting 7, 8, 9 targets a game, where Gabe Davis is maxing out at 6 targets a game right now. And like last game, he had 6 targets, but that was also with like 3 or 4 people missing from that offense. And Josh Allen passed for 400 yards, and you only get 6 targets. Like that's what worries me about Gabe Davis is he's going to give me those 30-point games, but then he's also going to give me 4-point games. Where at least Debo, he can get me those 30-point games as well, but his floor is going to be 11, 12 points. which in the long run, I feel like that sets me up a lot better. And he's a little more of an elite option, like I said, at my flex. Or even if he's not my flex, it allows me to put T. Higgins in my flex or Cam Sutton at my flex. And, like I said, Damian Pierce is going to be my RB2. But then my RB depth is now a lot better after Rashad Penny got hurt because now I have J.K. Dobbins in case one of my running backs get hurt. And then since Brendan asked for Rashad White, I have him on my bench too. So if anything does happen to Rashad White or happens to Leonard Fournette, Rashad White is he's gonna be at least an RB2, if not an RB1, because he's already getting a lot of usage. Like I watch a lot of those games because I had Fournette, and there's Rashad White's in there for drives, like entire drives at a time. And
Right.
if you look at his usage, he's already getting usage. So
I will say that I like how you took a piece, you took a valuable piece that you had that someone needed or wanted, and you got a piece of value back for a position you want to fill. Because I agree with Houston, so I do like the trade overall. I mean, I think it was a very close trade for sure.
right. Well, and like I said,
I like how
too,
you gave up. I like how you guys gave up pivotal pieces for pivotal pieces.
right. Well, and like
Hey.
I said too, I was thinking of it from a keeper standpoint. Like I can't keep Fournette again because I already kept him once. But B, even if I could, would I want to keep Fournette, who's only getting older, than take a chance on either Damian Pierce, who's a rookie, and he would only cost me a 6th-round pick, or J.K. Dobbins, if he returns to any type of form that he was, like you were talking about, Craig, he's cost me a 6th-round pick. So I'm also trying to think of it that way too, of if these guys pan out how I want them to or think they can, I get to keep them at a way lower cost than it would cost me for a Fournette or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the reason I did that. And I mean, like I said, Gabe Davis, he's only averaging 6. He's barely getting 6 targets a game.
6 targets he has 2 games with 6 targets.
Right, exactly. Where Debo has 1 game with 6 targets, and the rest
You
are 7
also got to take
7 or more.
injury. You got to take injury and game script into play with some of those games. But
And
yes,
production.
and you got to I mean, well, I got Gabe Davis as one of my guys. Move past him.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll move past him. But yes, I mean that's
We'll
the
talk
reason I
about
did
Gabe
it.
Davis in a minute.
Okay, yeah, but no, so that's the reason I did it. Like I said, I wanted an elite option at my flex. I feel like I got it with Debo. Jimmy G didn't have an offseason because of surgery, and I think that offense you've seen it the last couple games is a lot better than like Justin and stuff gives it credit for.
I'm not
Same
saying they're
with that
bad. I'm just
Baltimore
saying
off.
they're not the other two.
Right. The other two are better for sure. They're better offenses. Can't argue that.
Which like I said, I'm not going to argue the Buffalo one, the Tampa Bay one. You could argue. I mean,
how dare you? That's Tom Brady. You
it
stop.
is. Yeah, how did he do the first 4 or 5 weeks?
Hail.
Okay,
Hell.
so I mean, and only time will tell. Who knows? Like I would agree,
Right.
Bren probably got the little better of the deal, but at the same time, like I said, I've been kind of playing with fire already with having a person here or there that gets me 0 or 4 points, and Gabe Davis was the culprit of that twice of getting me what was it, like 6 and then like 2 one time, and
Mhm.
that's with him playing 90 something percent of the snaps. Like if you're playing that much, you should get more than 6 targets. I'm sorry. Like especially when you have 3 or 4 other pass catchers ahead of you that are injured. So I just rather take if I'm playing on glass stilt, as Craig said, I'll take my chances with Debo, who gets 7, 8, 9 targets a game, but then he'll also get 3, 4, 5 rushing attempts a game, and he can house any one of those. So he has just as much opportunity to get 30 as he does to get 10. So my floor is a little higher, and my ceiling is about the same, in my opinion. So,
Sure.
Bren,
yep, that's.
Bren, you
Brendan,
happy?
you got anything else?
You happy, Bren?
Yeah.
Good man.
I hope so. He sent the trade.
I literally pictured Bren like reaching his hand out, trying to get a mail in an envelope box, like, "No, take my mail." When you want the trade, take my trade.
So, but all right, Craig, you wanted to do the love-hate segment again. I'll toss it over to you.
Yeah, so Bren wanted to made a good idea. He wanted to talk about a couple of players we talked about last week. Justin, you were not here, so I'm gonna let you in on these players real quick. Let you know what's going on. You know who they are. You watch football, so Romeo Dobbs. We talked about him last week.
Oh
He
yeah, I
faced the
listened last week.
Giants. Yeah. Oh, you did?
hmm
Good man. Well, he ended up facing the Giants he got 5 targets, 3 receptions for 29 yards, no touchdowns. Comparison with Lazard, who saw 8 targets, so more than Romeo, 4 receptions. But I mean, when you get Randall Cobb in the game, I think he had the most volume that game. It's a little crazy. He essentially had a down day. So he goes into New York. No, I'm sorry, he played New York, and they're
In
obviously
London.
in London. They're one of the best pass defenses. We all know this, but starting with Bren, how do you feel about Romeo Dobbs going forward?
I'm still at where I'm at with him. Whereas, like, I like some of the other pieces in that offense. I like Lazard. If the rookie could stay the other rookie Watson could stay healthy, I liked him a little bit more going down the stretch. Still a potential in this short game. I just don't know if I love him long term.
That's fair. You like Lazard better, huh?
Yeah, I like Lazard better. Yeah.
It's looking real sketchy right now with who Aaron Rodgers trusts. But
Right.
Josh, what do you think? What you said last week? You stand by what you said last week?
Kind of. I mean, kind of like Brent. I'm kind of the same place as I was last week. The curious thing is gonna be because Dobbs really kind of went off the first couple weeks when Christian Watson wasn't really involved because he was coming back from injury. So he has the higher draft capital and stuff. So that they're gonna want to get him involved. So it's just a question of how much. And I feel like it's kind of gonna be between them two on who is going to be because I agree with Brent. I think Lazard is kind of the number one, but then you kind of have also seen too if you watch those games that Randall Cobb when it comes down to crunch, he trusts Randall Cobb and he'll go to Randall Cobb late in the game. So you kind of got those guys. I feel like your top two, and then it's between Watson and Dobbs for that third spot, which could still be valuable, but can you guarantee that he's going to be that third person every week? You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So I would say, like, right now, because Watson's not as involved, I would say I love Dobbs, but I'm kind of on the fence about that still. Like, if I had to
Yeah,
choose, I would choose love, I guess.
that's fair. I mean, Justin, I know you like Lazard's upside, obviously with the trade you made with Dan. So I know I'm assuming you're in favor of him, but outside of that, like, I mean, has anything changed? What do you think about Romeo Dobbs? Do you think he's the up and comer, or you still think it's going to be Lazard going forward?
No, I think he's mediocre. I think that Aaron Rodgers spreads the ball around too much. So like my logic was like it wasn't a push the needle kind of trade. So if I was gonna get one piece, it would just be the number one guy in the depth chart. A for my ego, but B like for like last week, 8 targets and a touchdown. Like you can't argue he's been there for 4 or 5 years now. He knows the offense the best. And like if Aaron Rodgers had identified one of them in a standing line, it would be Lazard. So
That's a
I
great
don't like
point.
him.
No.
I don't like him. And I also want to point out too that Aaron Rodgers still checks down. I mean, his running backs averages like 7 targets a game combined. So that's like
Right.
7 targets that he's not getting. And frankly, he ain't throwing the ball 45 times. He's not had over 255 yards once.
No, I
So
looked at, dude, yeah,
I
real
just,
low. His whole
I
offense is
just,
terrible, man.
so I don't like Romeo Dobbs. I don't think he's even worth rostering, frankly.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair. I looked at that's actually fair. I looked at his stats today and it kind of sparked some interest, so I started digging into some Green Bay stats and yeah, that whole offense looks a little rough right now. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers is just not clicking. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
think.
it's,
Oh, sorry, Craig. I was just wanted
oh,
to
you're
point
good. Go
to
ahead.
your guys' point. I think it was the Fantasy Focus podcast by ESPN. They said that Aaron Rodgers hasn't had over 16 fantasy points yet this year. Like,
Crazy.
Wow.
yeah, that's crazy.
All that DMT he's doing, bro. He's fucking his fucking head up, man. He can't be doing
Right?
that.
Exactly.
Fucking big hippie now. Yeah, I would change my thing. I after watching, I am falling off the train of Romeo Dobbs a little bit. I'm glad I didn't make any rash decisions last week for a trade or anything like that. I'm falling off the bandwagon a little bit with the way the offense is functioning. So that's fair. That's fair. I think we're all in similar spots with him. The other guy we're going to talk about is Melvin Gordon, right? Right. The other big piece, the other big, giant, delicious piece of that delicious offense that we all love. Fuck that guy. Fucking Russell Wilson, piece of shit.
Fucking goober. I hate that guy, dude.
Fucking goob, dude. I despise him. Anyway, he ended up having he had 3.6 yards per attempt last week. I watched the game. It's one of the few games I can watch. He definitely had a couple flash plays that were on screens. I think every single one of his checkdowns, or not even a checkdown, but his screen plays were relatively successful and led to him having a decent fantasy score. Ended up with 15 rushing attempts, 3 targets, all screens. And that's in comparison to Mike Boone's 7 attempts and 3 targets. What's your question?
How many points did he end up with? Because I didn't think it was that high.
It was like 13, right?
Yeah.
That's garbage.
Okay, that's fair, but I mean, it's
Melvin
Melvin.
Gordon and
Hey.
the Denver Broncos offense is garbage.
Hey, this is a guy who's got Joe Mixon talking shit right now. Of course, Melvin Gordon's worse than Joe Mixon. Fuck out of here. We're talking about the rest of us who are struggling, asking for more food down here, who can't get running back production if our fucking lives depended on it. But either way,
Maybe you should have traded for Fournette.
No, it was never going to happen. It was never going to happen. But he only has 1 TD on the season. I personally think he's still very trusted by Denver. I don't think anyone. I think moving forward, he's still going to be a decent pick until further notice. I think they trust him too much. What do you think, Brent? What do you like about him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still on the hate side, but I can't argue against what you're saying. Like in terms of sheer value, he's still gonna see great volume. If they use him a bit in the pass game, you have that benefit. So in the short term, if you need that like fill spot like Dan needed and stuff, it's great. So
Yeah, no, I think it filled that. I know he was texting me and he said, if I can get 12 points, I'll be happy. And I was so mad when he got 13. So, yeah. What about you, Josh? Were you standing by what you said last week?
Well, so I don't remember what I said last week. If I loved or hated him, I think I hated.
I think you hated him.
yeah, I think you hated him.
And I would say I'm still on that side. First of all, Brent, I disagree with you. 13 points without a touchdown is pretty solid from an RB2.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, I would agree that offense is kind of trash. Like, Russell Wilson. I don't know if you guys saw the final play of the game when he only has eyes for Cortland Sutton, which I love because I have Cortland Sutton, but he had a wide open KJ Hamler. Just there's no one within 5 yards of him, and just didn't even look his way. Like, it's crazy. It's kind of like Matthew Stafford. He only throws to white people.
Amen, dude. Amen. Doing something right out there, Russell.
But no. So back to Melvin Gordon. Yeah, I still lean towards the hate side because I think he fumbled again last week. He just was. He happened to be ruled down first, which he was, but still he fumbled. And I think he's one lost fumble away. I don't know if you guys remember, they brought in Latavius Murray. And Latavius Murray is the exact same kind of back as Russell or as Melvin Gordon. So I feel like a lot of his work is going to be in jeopardy, especially, Melvin Gordon, kind of his calling card is, when they get inside the 5, that's what they're going to use Melvin Gordon for. Well, that may now go to Latavius Murray. So that worries me even more that they signed a back that basically has the same exact skill set as him. And like I said, that just kind of also makes me think one more fumble from Melvin Gordon, especially if it's in a crucial situation, because I doubt Denver's going to be blowing out anyone anytime soon, unless that offense just changes dramatically. They're going to be in close games. So if he fumbles one more time,
let me ask you this: start him or sit him? Would you start him
Would
in
you
your
start him
lineup?
next week?
There is a 99.9% chance I would sit him.
Okay.
Maybe if I had Craig's roster, I might start him. But
well, the one thing Latavius Murray, fuck you. You know what Latavius Murray isn't doing?
What's that?
Latavius Murray isn't walking around the lunchroom, the halls, everywhere with a football in his hand, so he doesn't fumble it. Melvin Gordon is, and that's why that motherfucker's gonna get the red zone looks. Just
And
saying.
that's why he's fumbled every single game. Just because he
Okay.
does
Well,
that.
Justin, we all know you traded him away. But how you do you love or hate Melvin Gordon? I mean, you can still trade him away and love him. What do you see for him going in the future?
Yeah, he's fucking trash. So like, just to be frank, he had his second highest output of the season. He's still RB39. He averages 8 points a week. The only reason why he got 15 carries is because Latavius Murray hasn't been acclimated yet. He just got signed last week. Give the man fucking 2 weeks to get practice and figure out the city and move in and get the system in. Like long term, they don't want Melvin. They already didn't re-sign him. No one wanted him in the league. He went through the entire actual real life waiver whatever. And no one fucking claimed his ass. They re-signed him and said, "Hey, we're going to re-sign you for the veterans minimum, but we don't want you. So like, Javonte's going to be the man, and here you are." So like, he's trash. You cannot depend on him. The offense sucks. Literally, he's going to ride someone's bench. Like he's that guy that you put in because you're desperate. Period. So
That was
I like
awesome.
it. That's a good
I
point.
like it.
Dan is desperate.
So the one
He
thing I would
is.
say, real quick is I don't think he's trash. Like even though I hate him, and I do think like
he fumbles so
if
often, it's
well,
boggling
so
to me.
that's my thing. I think if he can just magically cure the fumbles, he's gonna be quote unquote the man. But like I said, both kind of like the Latavius Murray, I just think that unless they cut him like tomorrow or something, I just think that guy, to me, Mike Boone's the out guy. Like it's gonna be Gordon and Latavius Murray, and so I just think his upside is really capped. Melvin Gordon. So yeah, I think honestly, kind of that 13-point game he had, that's his ceiling. Honestly.
Well
Here
then,
we go again.
yeah.
Nice guy Josh, dude. He's hot waiver wire trash.
waiver wire trash.
What are you
Thank
talking about? I didn't say I wanted him.
He literally is already so scarred from fucking Emmanuel Sanders. He had to trade away Gabe Davis, who is his reincarnate. So
Yeah, but this time I got Debo.
it's true. It's true.
Oh,
I will say I like
true.
the thought of them running. Instead of maybe them trusting Melvin Gordon, they're just running him into the ground to get every cent out of those legs as they can. I'll go with
And
that play.
don't forget too, like Melvin Gordon isn't exactly he's not a spring chicken anymore either, and he's had his own injury history too. So to me,
right
he's kind
now.
of got. Well, yeah, exactly. So for me, he's really walking on eggshells and shit, So that's what I mean. Like to me, it's a hate, and I wouldn't, That's why I was so shocked when Dan played him. I was like, oh, over Connor. I mean, it worked out, I guess, but
He played the
still,
right move. Okay,
right.
so the next two, I only did two guys. We're just gonna go through these two guys. I'm gonna give you some stats, obviously that you probably know already, and I just want to know if you love or hate them for next week. So I just want to know if you would play them, start or sit them next week, and why you would or would not. Gabe Davis, y'all were talking about him. I wasn't gonna say anything, but y'all started saying exactly the same shit I took note on. So he averaged 57 yards per reception last game, which is it's very common. It's very common to average 57 yards per reception in a football game. So we all saw that. He had a humble 6 targets, as Josh mentioned, 3 receptions for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's an unbelievable stat line. I don't think it's sustainable personally, but who knows? With that offense, we all know Buffalo is one of the best offenses, so it's currently possible. But he has not been targeted more than 6 times, just like Josh said. That is the highest he has had. But again, attribute that to either health or game script. You can make that excuse. I think the big thing with him is that he is on such an elite offense that it's almost like whoever Josh Allen is throwing to, it could be anyone. It's similar to Patrick Mahomes almost, but he's in the mix. And so is Khalil Shakir as well. So he got involved last week too. Again, possibly because of game script. But they play at Kansas City this week. It's literally going to be a banger. So, Bren, you love or hate Gabe Davis this week. I think I know where you're going with this.
So for me, with Gabe Davis, he's that flex spot. He's got a huge ceiling for me. So I'm gonna do matchup dependent. So for this week, KC, love him, flex him. I'm all good.
Great point. I agree 100%. Josh, you traded him away. How you feeling?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'm still gonna have him on the love because, like Brent said, he's playing KC. But yeah, I mean, just all those other reasons are part of the reason I traded him away though is no, at my flex I don't have him. I have a more steadier version of him and Debo, in my opinion. Because I view that offense kind of, in a way, kind of like the Denver offense. Like Russell only looks for Cortland Sutton. Like Josh Allen only looks for Stephon Diggs. Like, and all those game scripts and all that stuff you were talking about and weather and stuff. Like Stephon has to play in those too, and he's still getting 10+ targets and you know what I mean, all those
Yeah,
catches and stuff. So
currently he is the only one with double-digit targets as receiving cores.
right,
He
and
is still
then
the one
like you said too, though, like once Isaiah McKenzie comes back, once Dawson Knox comes back, like there's a lot of love to go through there, and that's exactly what he is. And I've said that from the beginning that he's boomer bust. I was hoping that he would solidify as a wide receiver too, and get those 8 to 10 targets behind Stephon Diggs, but it's just not working out that way. It's Stephon Diggs, and then everything else is gonna be spread out to everyone else. So
But
like I still love him. I would start him, especially in Brent's situation. I would start him this week because I was gonna start him because he's playing Kansas City, and then it also too if all those other people don't come back or most of them don't, hopefully that bodes well for him. But I think once in a regular game, it's not Kansas City. It's gonna be really 50-50 if he does good or not, basically. So, but I would say this week I love him, and I would play him. I would start him.
Justin, you like Gabe Davis? You think he's got top 10 receiver potential this week?
Yeah, I'll be quick. I do like Gabe Davis this week for all the previously before mentioned reasons, like the good matchup with Kansas City. It's good to be shootout. But I'll say this: the more I look at Josh's trade, the more I like it. I think it was a veteran move. I know I'm pivoting here, but I think it was a veteran move. I think that he traded some players for sold them high, if you will, for the guy he wanted. And Debo at flex is pretty fucking crazy. And Gabe is a flex, but I don't like how inconsistent he is. It's not my philosophy.
Fair.
So I love him this week. I love him for the season just because of the offense he's on. But I get why Josh did it. So that's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I forgot what I was gonna say.
You wishy-washy bitch, dude. You're
Yeah,
such
I
a
know.
I know.
wishy-washy
Well, I'm
bitch.
sitting here looking at it. I'm thinking about it hard. I'm like, I can see it. Like,
Oh yeah,
when you
that
put it like that.
I
Well, I
wasn't gonna
love
send
Lenny.
out Lenny. What do you mean? Lenny? Who's Lenny?
Leonard
Fournette.
Fournette, dude.
Oh,
Come on.
Leonard Fournette dumps. Yeah, my bad, dude. I didn't know. He's got so many personal relationships with football players. I don't understand it. So.
It's a little scary.
Coming to him his dreams and all this other shit. Yeah, I didn't send out any trades specifically today because I know I couldn't afford the basically inflated price of all their prices because of how well they played. Either way, last guy, I had to put in here. I was looking around. I didn't really know who I wanted to talk about, but this was a fun one. So I have a question. For you, Justin.
Mm.
If you have James Conner, will you just trade me straight up for Kareem Hunt?
Excuse me. Would I give up James Conner to acquire Kareem Hunt?
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, I won't think any more about it. It's easy. I'm done.
Yeah.
Good man. Good man.
I'm done talking
Same with
about
you, Bren.
Yeah.
You, Bren. Josh, you as well.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's a good point. They're basically the same fucking person. So you'd be basically washing yourself
I don't
out.
know. I don't think they're the same.
Well,
I
I
think
would.
I'd rather have Kareem. His upside, dude. Like, I'm praying for Chubb to go down. Kareem still figures out how. He's like RB17. How?
I agree.
I don't know. I don't know.
He's got so many fucking dude. Kareem's the
Kareem's the
man. I
fucking
agree.
dream. Get over it. Like,
Yep.
it's easy for me.
Kareem's
Well,
the ultimate, like, you want him on your roster because if anything ever happens, like you could put him in and know what he's getting. Like you
Dude,
don't have to worry, but like you don't want to have to rely on him necessarily, especially nowadays. Because but like that, he's gonna get you around 10 points with the opportunity to maybe score 2 touchdowns.
and James Conner is trash, right? Pretty much.
He's always,
Pretty
I mean,
injured.
All right. Well, James Conner is the person we're talking about, not Kareem Hunt. So we
oh,
pass
okay.
that.
Well, you didn't make that clear.
I did not
Yeah.
purposely. You're welcome.
Yeah. Curveball.
Either
Is that
way,
what-
so
Yeah.
James Conner's going to Seattle this week. Juicy matchup, baby. Juicy matchup. Seattle, one of the worst run defenses. Last week he saw 9 attempts, got about 55 yards. He has been obviously he's suffering through an injury right now. But if you look at his overall average, he only averages about 10 attempts per rushing, and his receiving every single week is tanking. It is going down. So you can tell which side I'm trying to sell this at, obviously. Either way,
Yeah.
he is going to Seattle, though. So he has a lot of negative trends. However, he's going to a very juicy matchup. He is
Okay.
injured, so he might not play. If he does not play, that's who it was supposed to be. I'm sorry. It was if he does not play, are you playing Eno Benjamin? Or if he does play, are you playing Eno Benjamin? Eno Benjamin is his backup. Do you love James Conner
This
going
was
into
such
next
a
week?
journey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're welcome. You're
it
welcome.
really was.
You're welcome.
I think I
I
followed
want us to
along.
page.
Thanks for the Inception mindfuck.
You're welcome.
No, I'm not playing Eno Benjamin.
Are you if James Conner's out? So are you okay? We'll say this: if James Conner is healthy and he plays, are you playing him this week?
I mean, yeah, that's why you
Ugh,
drafted him and kept him, but he sucks. He's
yeah.
only good when he's healthy. The offense is down this year. Dan definitely regrets that keeper. I know he does.
No. What about Eno Benjamin? Are you doing
Yeah,
Eno
he's talking about
Benjamin?
Eno.
No, both. No,
What?
I asked James Conner, and that. But yeah, I asked if you had to start James Conner.
Oh, I thought you were saying if I had to start Eno if James was healthy. That's
No,
what
we're
I
gonna
thought
say
you-
James Conner is healthy. If James Conner is not healthy, I think the obvious answer is you start Eno. I think
Right,
anyone will
okay.
tell you that much.
But you're asking if
James Conner stays healthy.
are
Yeah,
you starting James Conner?
So I apologize. Let me paint the picture. Obviously, I don't know if you've looked at
Oh
his
God,
injury.
here we
More
go.
picture, more painting.
Uh-huh.
He has a slight rib issue. Coach isn't too worried about it, but medical team is saying, hey, be cautious. So like, I don't know if it's going to be like an Alvin Kamara thing where he sits out for 2 weeks and comes back. I don't know if he's just going to play through it or whatnot. If he does play through it and he's healthy, he goes to Seattle. It's a juicy matchup. Are you playing him next week? With the rib injury and with the way Eno Smith, in my opinion,
Yes.
has been showing
Yes.
talent.
Yes, you have to.
Yes, you have to.
You have to. If you're on your roster, I mean, who else are you going to start?
Well, I mean,
okay, that's fair. I mean, if he's your only guy on your roster and you have to start him. So in Dan's situation, you're saying he has to start him.
Yeah, he just wants to start Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, so Melvin Gordon, if you
plays
look
the
at the stat
Chargers,
line,
who have an awful run defense.
I mean, they're two awful run defenses. That's what I'm saying. But if you look at James Conner, he's had no touchdowns outside of week 1. He averages, like I said, 10 rushing attempts a game. You can say, oh, well, he's a passing back. Well, his passing is consistently dropping every single week. If you look at it, here, I got it right here. It's literally
Oh
6,
my God.
4, 5, 3, 1. I am obviously saying that I don't like him. I hate him. I think you got to move past him. I think he's
Did not get that at all, Craig.
yeah. I think he's currently. I don't like.
We all don't like him. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We don't like him.
Well, so I mean, for me, it would just depend who you have. So
let's phrase it this way: Melvin Gordon or James Conner. Who you starting?
He could be at stage 3 cancer again, and I'm still going James Conner.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, I would go James Conner because I think that Seattle matchup could be a shootout where you're going to take, hopefully, the offense where Denver hasn't proved anything yet. Even though Denver's matchup running back wise is better or just as good, I should say. I like Seattle's offense Seattle Craig got me all flustered now. Fuck it. I'll take James Conner.
Let me paint you a picture real quick.
No, you're done.
I see. I don't know. I guess I'm leaning more towards Melvin because you were just saying he got 13 points, no touchdown. Now he could fall into the end zone and he's going to get you 13 points, whereas
I agree.
James Conner is still, even if he's healthy, is still kind of questionable.
Exactly.
They both suck.
That
I would play
Cardinals
Melvin Gordon.
offense is just as bad as Denver's offense right now. So
100%.
Yes and no. They're bad in funny stat, they suck in the first half. Like, I think they're either the worst or one of the worst scoring offenses in the first half, but then they score the most points in the second half. So that's where you have to wait, because Denver, that game could get out of hand a little quickly facing that Charger offense. Even though Denver's defense is good, But so I mean, I guess that's what I'm saying though is with James Conner, I have more trust in Seattle's offense to be in a position to score more than because I mean Denver's had some juicy matchups and they haven't done shit. Like I don't think they've scored more. They've only scored more than 16 points once this year, I think. And so that'd be my take on it. But if I could, maybe outside of that, I would play almost anyone else over fucking both of those guys. Honestly,
That's fair. That's fair. I biffed the
Losing
last
it.
one. I don't.
Dan's a bitch.
Dan's a bitch. He's got terrible running backs. I think I was just. I don't. I think the edible kicked in, and I'm like, I'm gonna just put one of his terrible
Yeah.
running backs down, and then I just literally just put a bunch of negative stats on there. So sorry, Dan.
like honestly, if Dan somehow got Kenneth Walker, I would play Kenneth Walker over both those guys.
Right.
Yeah, he ain't getting Kenneth Walker. That's
I
for
mean,
sure.
Dan's also second in the division somehow, so I don't know what the fuck that's happening.
That's because our division's awful. I'm the only one over 500. So
Yeah, I don't have a lot of
Yeah,
room to talk.
yeah, Craig's one of the main reasons of it.
I thought it was just
So
interesting that he was so close to Kareem Hunt too. They're like, if you look at their stat line, they're literally the same, like 40 more rushing attempts, 40 more yards on the ground by Hunt, and like 20 more yards in the air by Connor. So like they're the same fucking person.
yeah,
Except
that doesn't surprise me. I mean,
Kareem
it
Hunt
does,
has
but it
one more
doesn't.
touchdown. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it was a point too. Like he's the main running back and he's doing the same thing as Kareem Hunt, but Kareem Hunt is in a whole different situation in Cleveland. But I digress. James Conner, I guess I would say you have to play him in Seattle this week, like Justin said. So anyway,
Yeah. All right. Would you boys want to do my segment real quick? The state your case.
I don't know. We might want to keep going to the matchups. We're already an hour in, and
Okay, that's cool.
I should be undefeated. So that's that.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm
all
only
right.
not because of bullshit.
You mean sucking? That's not bullshit. Anywho, yes, we will go into matchups. So recap from last week. Let's see. B-Man, you went 1-4. Which puts you at 10-15. Think the rest of us went 2-3. Let me see. Hold on real quick. Yeah, the rest of us went 2-3. So that puts me at 16-9. Craig, you're at 12-12, and Ike is 14-11 in picks. Hold on real quick. So for the over unders, I went 3-2, and you guys went 2-3. So I'm 13-12. Bren, 14-11. Craig, you're 16-9. So
Wow.
yeah, it was not a great week overall. For picks wise, because people were just fucking shit up and can't win a game. Craig, I didn't pick you, Craig, but you fucked it up for everyone else.
Yeah,
So.
you all picked Nate, so fuck all of you.
Yeah, we did.
I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to say that. Fuck all of you. Like if I could shit on you all right now, I would. I put it in a cup. Actually, I put a little protein shake and shake it really good. Little metal
To be
balls,
fair,
and just throw it all over you.
you had to rely on an injury to come back.
First of all,
so
no.
you didn't even
It was
play it like a
favor from
real
the
man.
gods. Bro, I put up 141. Give me that though.
Yeah, you put up 141. I'll give you that. Better than 115. Sorry, Craig, I had to. All right. All right, so yeah, let's so I'll go over the standings real quick before.
Thank you. I'm dying for these standings. And is someone documenting this, please? Like where's the
Yeah,
league?
always.
I am.
What's going on?
Always.
Clearly, I am documenting it.
Yeah, Josh has got it all, bro. What are you
All
worried
right.
about?
So adult table. So clearly I am in first at 4-1. Dan is second, 2-3. Bren, you're second, 2-3. Funk, and then Craig. And kitty table, it's Barber, and then Justin, Nate, Shane, and Mac. So the
What are our
overall.
records?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mac is
Fuck.
1-4. The other three of you are 3-2. Barber's 5-0.
Whoa, Nate's 3-2,
Yeah, he was 3-1
And?
last week.
and Max 3-2.
No, Mac is 1-4. Shane is 3-2.
Oh, okay. So the
Because
whole
Brent
division's
let.
Thankfully,
3-2.
everything's in.
Unreal. But
Yeah, Shane
Shane's a
would be on
cupcake.
the outside. Shane would be on the outside looking in, but Bren had to let him win.
Okay.
It's my
That's enough.
fault. It's my fault.
How
He
dare
would be
you?
that much closer to owing Funk $100.
Dude, literally
I'll try.
half the league couldn't play next week, and we still would have less points against, and more points against than Shane. He's such a fucking cupcake eating machine. It pisses me off.
Yeah, so we'll go over that because that kind of. So in points 4, it's Barber's first in points 4. I'm second. Justin, you're third.
GG.
Nate is fourth. Dan is fifth. Mac is sixth. Shane is seventh. Bren, you're eighth. Funk is ninth. Craig is 10th.
496. He's sputtering back.
So that might help.
God
That might help explain some things.
Craig's the 50cc character in Mario Kart, like in the back of the ring. He's fucking.
No
damn
matter
it.
how many fucking boosts he gets, he just stays in 10th the whole time. And then in points against, who is first? Hold on one second. I won't. Barber's actually first. And no, just kidding. Barber is not first. Funk is first in points against. And then I
Mac.
think it's Mac, and then Dan.
And
Yep.
me.
And then you. Okay, Justin, you go ahead then.
And then
Sounds like you
Barber.
have it documented over there, bro.
Right?
And
Go
then
ahead, Justin.
Barber, and then Josh, and then Nate, and then Shane.
Write that shit
Because
down.
Craig and then Shane, because they're all fucking cupcakes out here. But I'm tired of
Well,
it.
where am I sitting? I need to know where my points are at, Josh. How? Where? What are
I
I
don't
at?
know.
Just
Ask Justin. He has it
save
all
yourself.
documented.
Save yourself the breath and stop announcing my name. Where I'm last in everything. Okay, I get it. I
No,
get it.
you're actually not last in points against.
I might as well be.
That's even worse for Shane that he's
Yeah,
last in points
Shane's.
against, and he's only got a 3-2 record. He should be 4-1 or 5-0.
Oh my god! So next week, do a category called Glass or Stone, like which team is like for real, which team is not. And Shane's team his numbers are so he should not be 3-2. Like
No,
this,
not with the 7th most points for. It's
I
the
say, look at
9th.
his numbers. He should be
It's the
ashamed of
points
himself.
against saving him.
He should be ashamed. I agree.
It's the
Yeah,
gods. They're punishing him for his fucking behavior. And I hope you're listening, Shane. I
right.
love
Hubris.
you, but like you're the
Hubris.
villain for a reason this year. You've done it to yourself.
So I was thinking about this today actually, yesterday and today. It kind of seems like we have some tiers here. We have 3
Oh,
tiers. I feel like you have.
Echelons? You talking about? You mean echelons? Three
Yeah,
echelons?
they're literally the same thing. They're literally the same thing. So you have
Yeah.
me and Barber. I feel like
whoa, whoa,
as a tier.
whoa.
What? What?
I mean, I agree. There's tears, but motherfucker, I'm in that tier. I'm barely hanging on, but I'm there. All right.
I don't know. I would
Oh
I would
my
put you in the
god.
second tier.
Oh my god. Whatever.
What's your argument for the first tier? If you convince me, I will put you in the first tier.
I don't think it's likely for you guys to put up 180 and 160 all the time. So like I think it's kudos, but I think it's gonna level out and like I don't know.
Well,
I'm biased because I'm me, so whatever. That's why.
I mean, I think
Fuck
I
off.
know I've only put under 130 up once.
Listen.
Oh my
I agree.
god.
I
So
agree.
I mean,
Moving
for
on.
you to say like we can't be high scoring
I'm a
consistent, I
peasant. I'm
mean,
done. I'm done. You guys are above 700. I'm not. My argument is over. Carry on.
yeah, you're 50 points lower
I
than
know. Thank you. I
than
know it.
me in
I'm
second.
looking at it right now, so I'm done.
So
I just feel
that's
soft.
where I put you. You're at the top of the second tier, Justin. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You're the
You guys
leader of
was a
the
little bit
second
better.
tier. And I would put Dan and Brent. I would kind of put like all the 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 people in the second tier, except for Shane. I would put Shane in the bottom tier with Matt, Craig, and Funk.
What?
Ooh.
Why am I in the bottom tier? Like that's some bullshit. Like my fucking team has so much potential and has run into some of the shittiest luck. And like it's not due to the fact that I'm starting bad players. I have the volume, I have everything there. It's just not panning out, or I'm
Well,
not playing my thing. How you fucking hate on
Craig,
my starting lineup in comparison to motherfucking
Ask
starting lineup?
Watson. Ask Watson. Ask
hey Craig,
Watson. Okay.
it's not because of your team. If it was because of your team, you'd be in the top tier. It's because you're my rival. That's why.
Mm.
Can't argue that logic. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Otherwise,
these were echelons, Craig, you'd be top tier. But
I like how
these are
Josh is
not.
like, they're the same thing. He didn't know what it was week 1 when I said it. What is this?
What are you talking about?
It's from
I
his
don't know.
Q formula. He kept saying echelons, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
At least Brent remembered.
I remember. Goddamn, nobody knows callbacks, man.
No,
I'm gonna
man.
have to go back and listen and be the 46th view of the of the week 1 podcast. But yeah, I
I
just
love
feel
it.
like
So
you got.
you wanted to you got your top tier team, Josh, huh? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you want to
Well,
get out
yeah,
there?
but I mean, obviously that doesn't mean shit can't change, But that's
I
the
think you
way
just traded
I
away your
feel it
okay,
was.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I really did just want to create a way to say that I'm better than all of you. So, but yeah, so let's go to picks then. Let's do the matchups. Let's see here. Let's do the one matchup that doesn't involve any of us first. Let's do Funk versus Barber.
Oh, jeez.
Justin, who you going?
I mean, what? What? First of all, Barber has got the fucking juice this year, and it pisses me off. All these newbies come in the league. First of all, I love Barber. Let me say this. I know he listens. This studious, intellectual, gorgeous, ginger man. I'm sick of him. He's so fucking awesome. I'm tired of it. His intuitions is sharp as a fucking katana. I'm tired of it. This guy puts anybody he wants in. Look at his bench. I'm tired of it. I'm done. I'm done.
It's so true.
Barber
So are
wins.
you
I'm done.
choosing Barber?
Yes. I'm done.
No, I wish you would have said. And after all that, I'm going.
After all that, I'm going. Oh man! All right, B-Man, who you going?
I'm also going Barber this week.
Okay.
Just on fire, and I'm gonna hop on that train for a change, I guess.
I feel like right now this might be, it's at least up to this point, one of the most lopsided matchups that we've had.
It is.
So obviously that means I'm going Funk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going Barber. Craig, who you going?
Yeah, with Henry being out, I don't think he really stands much of a chance.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, Funk, I saw the trade you sent me. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm gonna make anything happen.
What was it?
He was just trying to acquire Elijah, Jeff Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't afford to give Wilson up for anybody on his team that isn't too expensive, in my opinion. He really only has Jamar Chase and Derrick Henry that I would like, and I
Right.
know it's not gonna happen without being sided towards me, and he can't have that trade. So I'm just not even gonna insult him to send it.
Right.
But
Well, that's funny you say that because all like
but
over the weekend, that's how I was looking at his team to try and make a trade, and I'm like, it was the same thing, just those two guys, and I'm like, if I was him, I could see why he wouldn't trade him because those are his only two guys. But at the same time, it's an insult either that I'm sending him or that I would get back in return. Like to say, you know what I mean? Like, so it
yeah,
is pretty crazy.
yeah, I appreciate the effort. I really do. I like to see him sending out some trades for positions he definitely wants to fill.
Oh my
Hmm.
He's
god.
gonna have
Hey,
he's
hey,
gonna have
hey,
some rough bye weeks. Yeah.
fuck P Funk. Let me butt in. He's my rival. Fuck this motherfucker. I love it. Every time he fucking loses, I swear to God, my cock goes millimeter. So eventually, I'm gonna be where I need to be. I was
No
projected.
wonder, dude.
As Washington would want me to be. I absolutely love it. Look at his running backs. Like this shit's. I'm relishing in this right now. Funk, if you're listening, just hit a hole, sit on it.
Nice. This little
I will
Oh my
say this.
god,
Yeah,
that's
but
I
hilarious.
did offend him. I offended him today after Jalen Waddle and Najee Harris for Jamar Chase. And I was
wow,
hoping
that's
I mean,
not it's not
it's not
horrible
the
for him.
worst trade, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would do it for.
no,
If I was
Funk
him.
knows better. He knows better. He wasn't biting. So either
Although
way,
this
I
just
love you,
seems like
Funk,
too the
but I hate you.
th- this seems like the type of game, like it's the most lopsided one we feel like, but it feels like the type of game that Barber somehow would lose. Like it's
Well, Funk still got
I will
magic.
true.
yeah,
I wouldn't
I
have
do
without
love.
Henry out though. Henry's out.
Yeah,
That's true. Henry's out to where that's gonna
yeah.
change things a lot for sure. Yeah,
I
yeah. I
gotta
mean,
give
his.
him credit where credit's due, though. He changed his name.
I was just gonna bring
He
that
did
up, Brad.
his
Yes,
name.
yes.
Good man. Good man.
Gold star for
Yeah,
Funk.
exactly. Way to be active, P Funk. So
Yeah. I love
It's
it.
hard.
So
It's hard to stay active when your team's performing under what you think it should be. But I will choose. I'm choosing Matt until proven otherwise.
okay.
Yeah.
Dude's a beast.
Yep, so that's a sweep for Barber. Because Ike went Barber as well.
Oh, I
Yep, Ike went Barber as well. So all right, let's do Craig versus Mac next. Oh wait, hold on. We didn't do the over under. Um let me get my piece of paper ready. So Barber is projected 123.6, Funk right now 100.8. Um so the total is 224.4. So B man, what are you gonna go for that?
I'm gonna go over the 224. I think they'll get over it.
Okay, Craig, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go under the total. I do think Barber has a subpar week having Carter in there. But
Justin, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, Craig, I didn't
no,
know
you're
you were
good. That
still
was
going.
it. That was all. That was it.
Okay, what are you doing, Justin?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go the over for the total altogether as well. The 224 over 224.
Smart
I'm
man.
gonna
Funk's
go.
got the juice.
Mm.
I'm gonna go over Barber. I want to go over that 224 just because it's so low. Um, but I don't know if Funk's gonna hold up his end of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go over Barber. On that one. So all right, let's go to Craig and Mac. The second lowest total of the day. So you got Craig projected 116.6. Mac, he's only projected 99, but I think he had some people out or something. Oh, he
Yeah,
has
Devontae's
Devontae
out.
Adams out of bye right now. So I just projected him 115 for now.
Fair.
Make it a little more. So that puts the total at 231.6. So Justin, who you gonna go?
I've looked at it a couple times. I don't love Craig's matchups this week. The Giants at home, they're confident. Their defense is okay, and Lamar is just incredibly inconsistent. Who knows about the weather? Kamara against the Bengals, that'll be fine. Wilson will be fine, but for some reason I'm leaning towards Mac. I don't know, Craig. It ain't personal. I'm looking at it. He's gonna put Montgomery in for Pollard. He will. He'll take out Devontae Adams. He's got some options there. Maybe Juju in a shootout with Buffalo, or even Singletary if he's healthy. So sorry, Craig, but I'm gonna go Mac here.
All right, Craig. I'm assuming you're going yourself.
Yeah, no offense taken, Justin. No offense taken. I will take myself. I agree though. I got some tough matchups this week.
All right, B man, who you going?
You know, I Devonte Adams is in trouble, so he pushed a dude, a camera guy, shoved him over.
Well, he's on bye anyway,
I'm by as well.
I'm by as well. Gotcha. So he hasn't moved him
so that
yet.
won't affect him. I mean, it does, but not the suspension, maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just not loving Max Bench then to be able to fill that spot though. That was like I guess the point I was trying to get to. So I'm gonna go Craig this week.
Hey.
He's found it with Kamara last week. Kamara's gonna keep going. Wilson looks good, so he's got his running back tandem. He's just he's got to figure out the rest.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, even though your matchups aren't great, Craig, Lamar's Lamar. He can go off at any time. Kamara, as long as Taysom Hill doesn't poach 4 touchdowns from him, um, like I say, if you're keeping Jeff Wilson against Atlanta, that's a pretty good one. Devontae, you just got to hope it's not an AJ Brown week. That's all, but that's 50-50. Metcalf has been going off. So I'm gonna go Mac.
Fair.
Just kidding. Actually, I'm going you, Craig.
No, you
Um,
gotta go with Mac. That was
no,
great.
I'm going Craig.
Welcome
Actually,
to the Wishy Washy Podcast.
I'm, actually, I'm gonna put Craig / Mac because I
There
went
you go.
both, so
That's
that way
fair.
whoever wins, I win. But no, I'm standing my ground. I'm going Craig.
Okay.
Um, so all right,
I'll allow it.
let's do the over under. So like I said, Craig 116.6, Mac 115, total 231.6. Craig, what are you going?
You know, I'm going to play this safe as if I was in Vegas and betting money. I'm going to take the under on the total.
All
Seems to be the
right,
smart move.
Justin.
All right. I'm looking at like points for overall right now. Despite the record, I guess Mac's not doing terrible. 115. I'm gonna take Mac over 115.
Nice. That's a good bet.
B man.
I'm gonna take under the total as well. Is correct.
All right, Craig, don't let me down. I'm going over your total.
Thank you. God, I needed that. I was sitting over here
So,
about to.
You're
so
really stroking your rival over there, buddy.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
right,
say,
dude.
I'm
is your
kind of
piggy in
getting
his ass?
annoyed by it.
it's that reverse jinx, you know. Oh, you're gonna do
Oh,
so great, buddy.
again,
Just for
you're.
him to shit the bed. I'm playing chess while y'all playing checkers, you know.
Thank you.
Oh
Yeah,
my god!
yes.
Someone get this man a shirt.
Wait for it.
I'm over here playing for keeper. Y'all thinking about this week? Like, come on now.
You need to put
Come
that into like
on, man.
a meme with the capital and lowercase letters. Oh, playing chess. Ugh.
All right, let's go to Nate versus B Man. Um,
Ooh.
so B Man, I'm assuming you're going yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna crush him.
Crush him, Craig. Who you going?
Well, he's got Dobbs and he's still got some. Man, I gotta think you're gonna have
He's gonna
Joe
have
Mixon and
Fournette.
Leonard Fournette, and you're probably gonna put in Deontay Hopkins until next week. When Hopkins comes, man, you're gonna be looking nice next week. So Johnson or I guess Tom Brady at Pittsburgh. Man, maybe
Pittsburgh's
for
a pretty
greatness.
good matchup though this year.
I'm gonna go with Bren. I mean, Nate's been playing out of his pants for sure. His players are going crazy. Besides Darren Waller, obviously. But did you change your name and put yourself as a Bowser?
No, it says we have weights in the fish.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The
That was
fishing
funny.
scandal.
The
The
fishing,
fish.
It's a
yeah.
it's a fucking largemouth bass. He thought it was Bowser.
Yeah. It looks like a Bowser from here, bro. I do like Olave. I like Leonard Fournette and Joe Mixon. I think you have arguably maybe now one of the best tandems at running back. And Kyler Murray over Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's better, but I think at Pittsburgh, I don't think game script allows him to essentially. Again, every time he gets to the red zone, you're going to get a touchdown with Fournette, most likely. I mean, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll give it to you. Give it to you, Brent. I like him. I like your team a little better this week with the way
Thank
he's
you.
got injuries out.
All right, Justin, who you going?
So I think that Bren is catching Nate on a bye week heaven.
Yeah.
I think that Nathan's
For
has the
Brent, a
best.
bye week, Kevin.
Yeah. Nathan has the best running back tandem in the league. Easy. Not even.
Oh, you're
Not
right.
even an
You're
argument.
right. I agree. You're right. I
But
forgot about them.
I'm also gonna go Bren. On paper, Bren's team is good, and now that I'm looking at it, I can see why he made the trade as well. Because what he's gonna do is, he's got CD. He's gonna plug in Olave as wide receiver too, and what he should do long term is got D Hopkins in the flex. So then he's gonna have Joe Mixon and Lenny Fournette as his running backs, three receivers. Starting with Kyler Murray, who should pick it up. Like it's weird. So I like Bren as a sleeper team long term. Now that I'm looking at it, but I like Bren this week too. That's all.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that. I didn't think about Kyler Murray and Hopkins at all. That's going to be a solid tandem, dude.
Dude, that's a sweet stack to have as a flex. Like, remember
Yeah.
that it's gonna be a boost in the arm for his team.
Oh yeah, and that's when the Cardinals are really gonna start playing some football. Like right now, they're just fucking around.
Yeah. Wait till Hop gets back.
Oh yeah, D Hop changes their whole offense.
100%, dude.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough one, but I'm gonna go Bren as well. Now that Bren's gonna have Fournette, I think his two running backs can possibly keep up with Nate's two running backs, and then I think the wide receivers are where Bren's gonna have the advantage. Just because Nate, he has Evans, but then he has Dobbs, and then we'll see about Sanders against Dallas. I mean, but like you said, his buys kind of killed him, and we'll see if Schultz is healthy. He re-injured his knee. They said he just has to see how he goes throughout the week to see if he's going to play or not. But so he might have to replace Schultz too. So yeah, he might be in a little bit of a pickle there, Nate Dogg.
Tough bye week for
So
sure.
yeah, no, it is. But yeah, like I said, I think the trade is really going to help B-Man. He's. Are you gonna throw Davis in at your wide receiver too, Bren, this week?
Honestly, I don't know yet. Like, I mean, like he's gonna be in the starting lineup, so yeah, he's probably maybe my wide receiver too.
Okay, so you might take Olave out then.
Yeah, I might be taking Olave out. I haven't fully looked at
Yeah,
everything.
no, that's totally fair. But yeah, and then obviously I think Higby's been a steal, for you. Like
Yeah.
that was possibly one of the more underrated moves was trading Pitts. I mean, granted you didn't get like. Wait, who did you get for Pitts? You got Mostert and who else?
Shoot, it was
Hopkins,
It was
right?
Hopkins.
yeah,
Yeah, it was Hopkins. So if Hopkins could give you anything, for like that, even just like your flex or whatever, to me, you already won that trade basically. Like, and stuff. So yeah, like I
I
said, he
mean,
just
unless
has
Pitts has some like crazy turnaround, because yeah,
right, which is true. He could do that, yeah.
Ha.
But yeah, I don't think that's happening. Same with London. Like I think he'll have games here or there, but I don't know if Craig's gonna be able to rely on London consistently. I thought that at first, but after
Dude,
these couple weeks, I don't
over
know.
a 30% target share. You're a fool not to start him every week.
Well, I mean, when you get 30% of 7 passes, are you really thrilled about that? That's
Yep.
what, 2? That's 2?
30% is 30%.
absolutes over there.
See, that's where you
Savage
have to have
ripping into
that's
his
where
rival.
that's where you have to have the whole context, Craig. 30%. Yeah, 30% of 3 is one target. Cool. Like,
It matters,
uh,
bro. It means he's the one. That's all I'm saying. It
that's fair.
matters.
That's a fair point though. I mean, it's not useless stat, but just yeah. But yeah, so that's Ike's the only one going with Nate. So the rest of us are going Bren.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
That's not a
No,
good sign.
I'm
God
changing right now. I'm changing. No, just kidding. All
As
right,
an
let's do the
active
over.
listener, I'm nervous too. Yeah.
Nate's total is 117.9. Bren, your total, I just left it the same because I did the math and the two like point totals for the players kind of even out. It's only like a couple, like a point difference maybe. So I just left that total the same. So yours is 126.2, which is means the total is 244.1. Craig, what are you going?
I think Nate's going to go under.
Okay, Nate under. All right, B man, what are you picking?
I'm going the over for me.
Cocky son of a bitch.
I'm
Yeah.
going up there against this boy, dude.
All
Said it with
Going
conviction.
up top.
right, Justin, what you done?
God, again, it's not personal. I love Nate Dogg. Tough bye week. Nate Dogg under. And Craig.
I think that's a smart play, Justin. I think that's the smart play.
I'm gonna go over the total. I think one of these guys are just gonna go off and score like 180. I was joking, by the way. Neither of them's doing that.
Nah, lock it
once
in. You
again,
said it.
dude.
Lock
But
it in.
if one of them scores like 150, which I think Bren, you have a good opportunity to do with your new
Thank you.
acquisitions, that only means Nate has to only get 90. And I feel that's very
Reasonable.
reasonable, right? Because I mean, let's be honest. In
You're
a full
only allowed to get 90 points, though, Nate. That's it. Anything
well,
higher than that, I can't beat you.
well, 95, because if you only score 150, I need the 95 to hit
All
the
right,
over.
all right.
So give him
Hold on.
95. Which, to be fair, you shouldn't be scoring under 100 in a full PPR league.
You shouldn't, but
You shouldn't, but we
let me
have some
tell
teams
you.
that are like, hey.
Keep beating that dead horse, bro. I can't wait till you don't beat me this year and you stole me cupcakes.
Hey, I'll take that as long as I take that belt back from you.
I'll be eating those cupcakes.
That's fine. I'll be stroking the belt.
Hey, Shane, you basically you think Barber's Shane this year, bro. You're heading right towards that sun.
Oh, I definitely am. I know that. That's my first every win I get, and like every week I do really good. I'm just like, don't be Shane. Don't be Shane.
Get all those good games out of the.
But
You
it's
want
in
to
the
get all the
back of
good
my
games.
it's in the
Oh,
back
we
of my
love
head
it.
though. It's in the back of my
We
head
love
that you're gonna
love
be
it.
Shane, it's awful. It's really a curse. All right, let's go let's go to that. Yeah, let's go to that matchup. Me versus Shane. B man, who you going?
Oh, let's see. Oh boy, dude, you're gonna get to slot some boys in.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of Travis Kelce. I think he's just carrying you. He's
I
just
wouldn't
put
go
you
that
on his
far.
back, and he's gonna take you as far as he can. I said it before. I feel like once he's on your team, like you have a championship caliber team. So, I think it continues. I think you put a whooping on the boy that got a cupcake versus me.
Let's go.
So, fuck that kid up.
All right, Craig, who you going?
Yeah, I like man. Yeah, you do got a pretty good team, Josh. But I think you traded away a key piece of that team and you don't have your best piece, which is your kicker this week. So I'm gonna give it to Shane. And again, I did say the start of your downfall starts with Higgins and then Barkley, so careful. Watch out. I've been
Yeah.
sacrificing Shane's chickens when he's not home.
So have I.
Oh shit, that was you?
Yeah, I was the other the
It
dark.
wasn't a raccoon, that's for sure.
Everybody trying to kill these chickens.
I mean, they're both small and
So
furry and
both of
vicious
you
at
are
night.
just using your fingers and reaching.
Oh yeah, just tearing them apart, hoping for a victory.
We touch each other's hands in the same chicken.
Oh my god.
All right, Justin, who you going with?
Ooh, so I've been looking at it this whole time you guys have been talking. I'm only gonna pick one of these podcast hosts tonight. That's gonna be Bren, because this week I'm going Shane. I think that Josh comes down to earth a little bit, just on law of averages, and I think that Shane has been uncharacteristically underperforming week in and week out, and I don't want us to get used to it. I think that McCaffrey and JT finally get their projections, and Shane squeaks by with a super close dub.
Woof.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
with them firing that Carolina coach, I'm very interested to see if the new guy's like, no, we're gonna let McCaffrey do his thing like he used to do, because I'm not stupid, and then McCaffrey just fucking goes off. That'll be fun to see, or interesting to see, I guess, more or less. Not really. So.
I'm curious to see what Josh is gonna do after this
Geno
trade
Smith.
goes through.
Geno Smith. He's gonna put Geno
Oh.
Smith in. You just watch.
I might just ride with Russell Wilson just to fuck with you guys.
Please do.
Just because
Hey,
that'd
it's
be
not
the ultimate.
terrible on Monday night, but I don't like it.
Yeah, but just to prove a point. I mean, the last time I did it, he got me 28. And
I think
was,
this might be the year we see Russell Wilson cry. That's all I'm gonna say.
oh, for sure. I mean, he already does cry, but he's like the Shane of fantasy quarterback. Just cries. Oh, it's because of the weather. It's because of this. Ooh, he didn't have enough peppermint oil. Ooh.
Hey, I want to add real quick, Shane. You need to get off both those Colts. So
He tried
Sell
to
me
trade me
someone
some today.
for-
I just
Yeah, sell me
What did
Pittman
he?
Jr. for Lolo so I can flex him.
What
Like,
did he
not that
offer you,
Lolo.
Greg?
he offered me something I wasn't willing to give up. Unfortunately.
Was this the Kamara
Yeah.
trade?
Yeah, he sent me so I'll just give it real quick. He sent me I think it was like Pittman and CEH and Godare for Alvin Kamara. I can see where he's coming from. I don't love any of those players in his thing. I do like Pittman.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I cannot afford to give up my only elite RB chance of elite RB production. And so I basically told him, if you want to get out of that Indianapolis Colts situation, the double one, what I'll do is we can just swap backs. I'll give you Jeff Wilson and I'll give you Alvin Kamara, but you give me McCaffrey and Thomas, and I'll get you out of that situation real quick.
Wow.
I'm surprised he
He-
didn't.
I like
he
that,
didn't.
Craig.
He didn't
Yeah.
agree to it and say, "Oh,
No.
I'm having connection issues or
He
whatever."
declined
Yeah.
it. He declined it within like 5 minutes and didn't say anything. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
you want
that's
to
hilarious.
keep the Colts, baby, and those two offenses
Right.
that are struggling.
They're a terrible offense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because he's like, I want to get out of the Colts situation, like starting both, but he has to know, like, almost no one's gonna want Pittman, especially for the price he's asking. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna want JT, and he's trying to get out of that. Like, he's gonna
Pittman's
have to
trending
make a
down.
trade. Yeah, he's
He
gonna
is.
have to make a trade like Brennan and I made just now. Like, you
Well, he
give
has.
up
Yeah.
a big piece to get a big piece,
I
and
agree.
like that. Pittman, like Justin just said, he's on a downward trend. Like, he hasn't been.
There are plenty of
He's-
receivers on the waiver wire. I'd rather start Zay Jones almost than Pittman. I mean,
Right.
I'd rather start Pierce, who's on the fucking
That's
waiver
actually
wire.
that's a fair statement.
Like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's why you can't. Yeah, so like you got to understand when and how to trade, or you need to use a pivotal piece like you guys did. Like, you have to have something juicy. Pittman is not juicy.
Right, and if you want to get out of it that bad, like that Pittman, you might have to take what he perceives as a like discount is the word I was looking for. Take a little bit of a discount for it and get two mediocre players for him, or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like he's never going to be able to trade them because he's going to keep asking, especially for Pittman. He's going to keep asking for too much. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, anyways, I'm going myself. All you haters besides Bren and Ike, Ike picked me, so are gonna regret it because I'm the best. I'm the top tier. Remember? God,
Top tier.
God, if I lose this week, it's gonna be awful. All right, let's go to Justin versus Dan.
Bum, bum, bum.
This will be a really huge game because of your guys' records.
Well, how about how large each of our Eagles are too? So
Well, right. That's the thing. I'm like, do you guys have a bet already in place?
so not yet, but once Dan hears this, there will be a bet, and he knows the significance of this matchup. Um, I I I love Dan. We talk about fantasy, but deep down, I hope he loses to me every single year.
Obviously,
Yes,
that's
he
fair.
should.
What are you guys gonna bet? Just the normal $10 or whatever, or you gonna
Probably. I
spice it
mean,
up?
it depends if he's been drinking or not. He likes to get a little saucy.
That's fair. Yeah.
Actually, I use this to point out. 2 trips ago up north, when he got drunk that one night, we were playing beer pong, and he kept gambling me money. He owes me like $125 still. I never asked for it. I won't. But I'll say this: I get one more free stay at his guest bedroom. So,
Right. There you go.
which I'll
There
add
you go.
pivot. That night after Nate's wedding, I went back and apparently blacked out, and I broke all kinds of curtains, fans, and I want
Oh.
to take this opportunity to formally apologize to Mrs. Walker.
Oh
She's an
Lord.
excellent host. And what's even funnier is that I kept trying to escape the bedroom to wake up the end. No. But either
That's
way,
hilarious.
shout out to the Walker house. I love them. They're the best. But yeah, fuck Dan.
Well, I'm assuming you're going yourself then, Justin. After all
Easy.
that,
Let me remind you guys, I'm the
easy.
hottest team in the fucking league right now, outside of Barbara and Josh. And
Then
I
that doesn't
told
make you
y'all,
the hottest team in the league.
listen,
If
in
you
my
got
own calculations, I am. So,
okay.
and let me add, I've been drinking for the last fucking 100 minutes to be on this podcast. So, I for sure am going to win this week. I'm going to win 7 weeks in a row until my first loss. You watch. This is week 3, so this is going to be my 4th week in a row. I'm going to win. My only concern is Jalen Waddle. That's it. That's it. Other than that, my matchups are better. My team is better. They will lose. Period.
Okay, fair enough.
And real quick, Shane, if you're out there, I'll take Pittman as my flex. Let me in for the love. That's it.
Oh shit! Hold on, I forgot. We didn't do the over under for my game, so we'll do both over unders after we do picks for Justin and Dan's
Okay.
game here. B man, who you gonna go?
I'm also going with Justin.
Yeah.
I think Dan's team just has a few question marks still, like at a couple spots where it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards Justin.
Okay. Craig, who you going?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Justin Jefferson is Dan's only hope, and the rest of his team, I think, is kind of falling apart. He still has obviously a serviceable team, but again, I don't see. I guess it's you never really know with Hurts and Brown. I can't dog his team too much at all. Ramondre Stevenson, it'll be 100% volume back, so it's honestly not bad. He just has an issue really with Connor. He's got one of the best defenses in Buffalo. I see all this. I guess I do worry about Waddle a little bit as well.
He
I
ain't
don't know if
start
he's a
Buffalo
player or
defense.
not. But Brees Hall is elite. Cooks is due. Mahomes is first. Buffalo has the makings of greatness. So I'm gonna go
Well,
ahead and
and
go.
he's got Diggs versus Kansas City too, which
Yeah,
I think
that's.
that matchup could keep up with Jefferson.
I
Whatever
He will.
agree.
Jefferson
I
does.
mean,
I agree.
let me be frank here. Jefferson is great, but he's wide receiver 3 for a reason. Let me tell you who's wide receiver 2. It rhymes with Stefan Schmiggs. Okay?
Justin's
Oh,
definitely listened to the pod. I love
dude,
Yeah.
is he friends with Payne's Jackson or whatever
No,
his
but
I don't love.
Payne
you ever heard of
Robinson?
Jack Marius Tecteratrix? Because
Yeah,
that's his homie.
dude, the first like 3 weeks I did, my names were based off that. That was hilarious.
I know you sexy fucking fuck.
But
You
yeah, I'm
perfectly
making it.
well trimmed man.
I wish. I'm going Justin as well.
Yeah,
And that's a
all
clean
time you
sweep on
bitches come
God
around.
damn
Justin.
it! You
Y'all been
realize
hating all
Dan?
year.
Yeah, we're not gonna get
Someone
Dan's
has
not
to
gonna
pick
be a
Dan,
listener.
or he won't listen anymore.
No, if you
Yeah,
listen, this is the
Dan's
end of the show. So we'll have to listen to all the show, and then he'll be disappointed. So fuck
yeah,
Dan.
but then he
Dan,
won't
fuck
listen
you.
going forward. That's what he did
Ah,
last year when his team was not good. He was like, I didn't listen because you guys just shat on my team because I wasn't good. Which is fair. I mean, you don't really
A
want to hear
little
that
bit,
if you're not
yeah.
having fun and stuff. So
That's not
yeah.
I
fair. You
get
I
it.
fucking
have no idea
subscribe.
how
If you
that.
hear
I
me,
have no idea.
subscribe.
Right. And I mean, hopefully, this is week 6, so hopefully he's not giving up quite that much yet. But yeah, no, I mean, I think you both have weaknesses, but like Waddle, AJ Brown, he's kind of been 50-50. He hasn't been that consistent wide receiver
And
one that we
Dallas
thought
defense
he
is
would
good.
be.
Dallas
Right. And
defense
then,
is good. So look at those matchups, boys.
you have Tyler Conklin, but he has Kyle Pitts. I think those
I'm
guys
not
even
gonna
out.
start Conklin. I don't want to spill the beans yet, bro. But I'm not gonna start Conklin.
Oh,
Okay. There's
okay.
gonna be
Well,
some
you didn't
changes.
need this. Okay. Well, I'm taking a
Jefferson's
tight
gonna be
end then.
shut up with Davian Howard. Dallas defense is no fucking joke, so good luck to his fucking stack. I can't wait for this week. Heads against San Fran, good fucking luck. Good luck. He ain't
Right.
starting
Yeah.
defense. He's gonna stream somebody. Bro, trust me, I'm winning this week.
Yeah. I
4-2.
mean, I like Stevenson, but Connor, that's whoever he puts, Connor or Gordon, whoever is a huge question mark. So I think maybe he might have you Godwin over Samuel. Maybe. We'll
I'm
see
not gonna
about
start
that.
Samuel, but shh.
Oh my gosh! Well, why do you keep
Because
saying something? Just let me
no
talk,
one's gonna know
Dodo.
until then. When are you gonna drop it?
Oh my gosh!
When are you gonna drop
Already
it?
said I'm.
Nah.
I
I've
already
been
said I'm picking you.
You know what?
Well,
Every
yeah,
week when you listen to this podcast, you never take into consideration like waiver. Like my points projected are gonna be about 4 higher, and I'm gonna make some changes, bro.
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
Why? I don't know who you're gonna be able to get. Why would I take in? Why am I gonna add 5 points to everyone? Like that doesn't make
Not
sense.
just
You
me.
can't
Because
anticipate his moves.
you're playing
Right?
chess, bro. Aren't you playing chess?
Yeah.
Out here playing chess,
Damn
motherfucker.
Alright,
knows.
so
Yeah, you
so
were
here's
playing
what
chess. Hey, I'm
What are you?
playing fucking bridge,
I
bitch.
play.
Hey,
I played chess with my team, not your team. I
I
don't
don't know
give
what
a
kind of
fuck.
chess you playing.
I don't know. All right, everybody send me your waiver wires every Tuesday so I could
Yeah.
account
Oh,
for it
yeah.
before the pod.
Dude, I already called him out.
And
I already called him out. I know who Dan's going for. I know who you're going for. I can give him the rest if
Craig,
you
I
want.
love
you'll
it.
know
By
who
the way,
I'm
I
going
love the
for.
banter today. I loved it.
That was good. It was fun.
So I was just trying to prevent Shane from getting trade raped. That's all. You know, if he still made the trade, that's on him. But he had to have all the info. That's all it was.
Fair.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's not
that's all
fair.
it
Actually,
was.
that's bullshit. I'm gonna make sure every time you try to make a trade, I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna see who's in there, and I'm just gonna find every bad thing about it and be like, oh, make sure you learn about
I
this.
did no digging. It's info that's easily available to everyone. It
It's a
was
red card.
no.
You had to post it. If it's so easy for everyone to fucking see, then don't post it in the goddamn group chat.
Mm-hmm.
It's a red card. You've been fouled.
I'm
Don't do it
with
again.
Craig here. Like I love the play, but I get how Craig feels.
I've done it. I can't actually bitch. I've done it 100%.
We
So
all
I,
should
I
do it. That's why
Exactly.
our league
I've
is
done it.
precious. Our league is precious. The parity is perfect. This
Yeah.
is the league you want to be in,
And the
motherfucker.
best part that made me do it too was that it was blocking Craig. That's the whole point. I was like,
Yes. Yeah.
gotta get my rival.
We were
You know,
Exactly.
we weren't gonna make a trade. It's okay. And again, I've done it. I'm just being a whatever you
you
call it, hypocrite.
crybaby. Yeah, we know. We've heard it before.
No, I'd say
You
hypocrite over crybaby, but we'll say virgin on crying. That's for sure.
exactly. Fair enough. Fair enough. So all right, let's pick these over under. So we'll start with Dan and or mine and Shane's first. So I'm 128.9. Shane's 128.4. The over under or the total is 257.3. B man, who are you going? Where are you going?
For you.
Me over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Craig.
I like what Justin said. I think you come back down to earth. I'm gonna take you under.
Okay, Josh under. Justin.
I'm gonna go overall total under. But Shane wins closely.
Okay, I'm going over the total. That's interesting. You got Josh over, Josh under. Under total, over total. That's very interesting. All right, Dan versus Justin. Dan, you're 121.3. Justin, how can you account for your points that you're going to be adding to yours, and I can add it to your total right now.
Yeah, and I'll give you guys an easy fucking +1 for your win column. Listen, I'm averaging like 137 points a fucking week, probably more right now, and I'm projected at 125. So what do you
Wow.
think I'm gonna do? I'm taking that fucking over.
Wow.
Period.
I
So
like it.
how many points are you adding?
Roughly 3.7. So give me
No,
like
no, no,
Nice,
no,
nice,
no,
nice.
roughly, no, roughly,
You said
no,
roughly
yeah.
3.7.
So call me
no.
at
It's
give me at 128. Give me at 128.9. That's what I'm
okay.
gonna say.
128.9.
And I won't give away all my cards. That's a fake number. It's closer to
Good
129, but
man.
I'm not gonna say it. So that's my number, 128 and some change. But either way, I'm going to be over because I've been over every single week this season so far. So
You're due, baby. You're due.
I'm not due. I'm consistent. I'm a fucking champion. This is my year. So I will win. I will get
Oh,
over.
is
No
your name
saying.
on the
You're
belt?
welcome.
Did I miss your name on the belt?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the three of
Dead
us have had our
silence.
name on the belt.
Listen, listen. I knew you were gonna bring it up. I was waiting. I thought I was gonna do a whole pod without you fucking getting it up on me. You glorious sons of fucking men. I'm sick of it.
To be fair, I wouldn't have brought it up if you didn't call yourself a champion.
Actually, like, oh my god, you guys are too much for me. I can't think
I
of as a collective who's got better facial hair than you three. Like, who can grow the best beard? You three are
That is
crushing the entire group.
true.
Like,
That is very
this is
true.
too much man for me, and fuck you for bringing that up.
One day, Justin. One
Wait,
day.
before I go though, I want to say this. I want to
Well, we gotta do the
first.
over under for you guys first.
No. The first episode of the season, Brent sucked my dick and offered me an olive branch, and it made me smile like 7 times. I want to extend him a better, shinier olive branch. He can put it
Nice.
wherever he wants, and I'm done.
Wow. Wow,
I
you
like
could
that.
put
I'll
his
allow it.
bulbous penis anywhere.
You better edit that out, motherfucker.
All right, Brent, on that note, where are you going?
I'm going the over on the total.
It's
Craig?
Brent's turn. Hashtag.
I'm gonna go over on the total as well.
I'm going under the total.
You son of a bitch, you're wrong.
How am I wrong? You could still put up points and Dan not perform. Get ass wipe.
Fair. But you're wrong.
But you're wrong.
Just as like, I'm gonna put up 200 myself.
No, I'm gonna put about 136, and that'll be enough.
Whoa, that's different. I bet on 129. I want my money back.
No, you bet on 128.9, Craig.
Oh
Yes,
gosh,
yes.
that's fair.
Craig,
That's
I'll be
actually-
over. Don't worry about it. I'll be over.
I know. I got you.
Look
So
at my
funny
matchups
thing-
again. Look at them again.
What's that?
Do it. Look at my matchups again after the episode. Look at them again.
No, I refuse to do that now.
No.
Oh, it was crazy last week. Who was? I think it was you and Craig, or Dan and Craig. Your guys' total was 257.1, and I think we all went under the total. And dude, you missed the total by like 0.4. So we barely hit the under on it. I was like, I don't think we've ever had that before where it was like that close. I was like, it's real life gambling. We'll start throwing money on this, creating odds and shit, taking people's money.
I'm glad the low amount of points I scored made it worth it.
Yeah, that's the reason you did it, right, Craig? Was for
I do it for the pod.
for the pod. For the pod. That's why I traded. Not because I needed to. It was
For the
for the
pod.
pod.
You
So we
sexy
had
fuck.
something to talk about tonight.
Dude, I've been doing
No.
it for the pod too.
Good man, Brad. Really,
That's
it's me
why-
and Brad holding the ship together.
Right. Well,
Our new
obviously.
things are hashtag my team, my choice.
My team, my choice.
Hashtag I do it for the pod.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yep.
hashtag dry thumb in the butt.
And hashtag best fucking league in the world. Bitches.
Yes.
By far.
Hands
Yes.
By far.
Easy.
Absolutely.
We got a waiting list, bitch.
Hey,
down.
so
Bitch.
if anybody here, outside of, well, even anyone in the league, if you're listening, go to Twitter and say hashtag dry thumb in the butt or hashtag
Yes.
my,
Yeah.
my team, my choice, or hashtag I do it for the pod.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I dare you go to
Let's get our
Instagram.
following
Do that.
going.
You definitely wouldn't be tweeting into the void, I promise you.
No.
Oh my gosh. All right. Anything else, boys?
Yeah, I
Done.
fucking love you guys. Thanks for having me. Have a great motherfucking night.
Yes, sir. We love you, buddy.
Love you,
Too,
Justin.
man.
Thanks for being on, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, boys.
Best
Hey.
first guest ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's end it.